welcome to Required Taste Podcast. We're mostly back. It's your boy, Tech Daddy.
It's Queen Bee.
And we got our buddy Ben with us again.
Hi.
Yeah, currently DJ's still being kidnapped by banditos down in Tijuana.
We're only getting
They got him.
So
They got him, and I'm sorry, but we just cannot give that much cocaine as a ransom. We don't have it.
Don't have it.
We don't have it, guys.
Do not have that many kilos of the Bolivia marching powder.
Yeah.
I will pay them $500 to keep him.
Actually, if we could do like a monthly, we have a Patreon. We need to have another a GoFundMe to keep him where he is.
That's true. Yeah.
So, yeah.
TJ, I hope you're enjoying Tijuana.
Tijuana. With the banditos. Anywho. What's up, everybody? We're back. We took a week off, so we're sorry about that. But we thank you for sticking with us. We thank you for everybody that's new listening. If you are new, we talked about some history. We talked about some mystery. Today's actually a mystery one, so that's pretty tight.
Hell yeah.
We talk about some music sometimes. We talk about a little bit of everything, really. So hopefully you all enjoy. We do about 15 or so minutes of some banter, get us warmed up, get the juices flowing. After that, we get into the topic. So stick with us. Hopefully you like it. We do have a lot of new subscribers, so thank you to the new people.
Hell yeah. What up, new people?
There's a lot of you.
Yeah.
Like, that's...
All of a sudden.
Out of nowhere. We were going over numbers before we started recording this. I'm like, wait, why do we have so many new people?
I mean, we're glad for you.
Well, yeah, that's great. Thank you. But like,
hanging out.
Where'd you come from? Where'd you come from?
Where did you go?
Where'd you come from?
That's where my head went.
I need to get out of Indiana. This is bullshit. Anywho.
No, we should ask, though. We should ask, let us know where you guys came across us. If you don't know us in person and you're not listening because you're like our friend, where did you guys find us? Did you find us on Spotify or on social or, how'd you get here?
Yeah, how did you get here? Let us know on our social medias. We have a lot of them, so follow us there. That's where you get most of our updates at. So if we do take a week off, you'll find out that way. Or if we're doing an event, you'll also find out that way. Or listening to us as well. We kind of blast it as far as we can. Yeah. So thank you if you are new for giving us a subscribe and giving us a chance. We appreciate it.
We do.
For our return listeners, what's happening?
Hey guys.
How y'all doing? Hope you're having a great day.
I
hope you know that ass looking fantastic. That water intake, I see you drinking your water. Get it? Your skin looks great.
You so hydrated.
Right? Hydrated as fuck, boy. We appreciate y'all coming back and sharing us with your friends. We know you're out there. Anyways, and as always, we'll give you 4 kisses. There it is. Fantastic. Thanks, B.
You're welcome.
I don't do the thing, but B does the thing.
It's okay.
And DJ does the other thing. But again, banditos, whole thing.
Yeah. He's getting some forehead kisses from those banditos right now.
He's the one giving them. He gives them all 4 kisses while they go to.
He's like, he has all the banditos kneel in front of him. He's just like,
Oh, it makes sense. It honestly makes sense. So today we're talking about a mystery that's actually kind of close to home, though, because we are close to a very, very large body of water, which is really weird because like the Lake Michigan whole thing. Like, have you guys been like up in like the UP or like close to the Upper Peninsula at all ever?
Not the UP.
No.
Okay. Like the water there is clear. It is very odd.
I've seen.
It looks like it. Like,
I've seen pictures.
Like we're so used to like the polluted bullshit we have out here.
The like nasty green junk water.
We're to
Or
the
the brown.
south. We're to the south. That's where it settles.
Sure.
It's also where all the pollution comes from.
Right. Like if you're not going to look at all the mills and refineries we have literally on the lake, yes, it's the sediment. Yeah, that's totally how it happens.
Sure.
When was the last time you guys went to the dunes?
Oh God.
Oh wow. Well, I drive through the dunes like all the time.
Well, that's nice.
Going like to the dunes to hang out, they charge now.
I've noticed.
So like, probably not ever gonna go again. In all honesty.
You know that I know what drive you're talking about because like in the fall it was really nice with all the leaves changing colors and shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, like they always say. I think the Indiana like slogan is like "There's more to find or more to do in Indiana" or some bullshit.
More than corn in Indiana. Very clever, guys.
I hate it here.
Yeah.
Also, U.S. Bank bought our logo.
I saw that.
It looks ridiculous.
Oh my gosh. Literally, that was the first thing I thought when I saw the new sign. I was like, U.S. Bank? What?
Right, like,
Wait a minute.
How dare you buy our state?
I hate those signs.
It's so bad.
It's so
The old one was
stupid.
nicer. Like, that was actually, wasn't bad.
It was nice.
Yeah, the
Wasn't
old one.
bad.
I don't know
the
why
old
they
one.
changed it.
The old one reminded me of like a postage stamp.
Yeah.
Or
It
something.
could have been like a postcard
that
kind
little
of deal.
miniature kind of art.
Sure.
Artwork you have on a postage stamp.
Yeah, I don't know who made the decisions, but
It's just
US
better.
Bank,
It's
probably.
as
honestly.
depressing as like the new McDonald's.
well, everything from my childhood has gone
Just
depressing.
Squared off, gray, dark.
So I literally saw a thing on TikTok about that, about how the world is like losing its color, like culturally, like how things like buildings, architecture, and artwork and things used to be very colorful, and they're like slowly homogenizing to be this like beige gray.
Now the gray dystopia that we
Yeah.
were all warned about as children with our cartoons.
Yeah,
They weren't wrong.
It's happening in front of us as we speak.
There he
It
goes.
is really sad though. Yeah. Oh yeah. Got to get the rage out while you can. But it's true though. It is really depressing.
is. No, it is.
We were losing our joy. But the thing about like the '90s was very very colorful.
Yeah.
And like they say like the '80s had its color. It did. But we forget how brown the '80s actually were.
That's true, yeah.
Like,
and like the 70s too were also very brown.
Oh, the style of clothing was a lot of either leather or a lot of tassels. I feel
Yeah,
like
corduroy also.
a lot of corduroy. That was
Only
getting
comes
there.
in so many colors.
Brown.
It's like cyclical. I feel like, in 20 or so years, people are going to start embracing color again.
Yeah, I mean, at least I hope so.
Yeah.
Because
That's
kind
why.
of drab.
That's why I like going to the theater still.
Sure,
It's like one of the last things that kind of looks like it used to.
Yeah.
sure.
Yeah.
I don't know why I just have the memory of like the 2010s and video gaming and how everything was brown. Like, you remember that shit? Like with every shooter in the 2010s, they were all brown. Like it's all real sandy.
Like, oh, okay. I didn't know
Like-
if you meant tone, backdrop, or
Yes.
Okay.
In general, yes.
Well, everything had a Middle East vibe.
Yeah.
Yeah, it all
because of what
did.
was
You know,
It was
going on
very
that's
weird.
what was going
culturally.
on.
Well, yeah, but still, like, can we do better?
Yeah.
So like that was another thing that I remember seeing a video or something about, was about how like in the like 50s and 60s, all of the bad guys in cartoons and stuff were like
Like the
Russian.
Russians.
Yeah. And
every
then
time.
like after 9/11 happened, all the bad guys in TV shows and cartoons were Middle Eastern, and it's like it's just this weird cultural thing that is kind of forced on you as a child, but you don't really realize it until you get older and you're like, wait a minute.
Well, I mean, we've lived through the end of the Cold War, and then ends at 9/11. We have seen some shit. That's why we all need therapy.
I figured the bad guys were still Russians when we were kids.
No, that's what I was getting at.
Yeah, like the last one that I can think of off the top of my head, or like not the last, but the most recent one in that bunch, Air Force One.
My first thought was oh damn, what was that damn
I'm
movie?
trying to remember the guy's name too.
Because they remade it not that long ago. America's invaded by the Russians. Wolverines.
Red Dawn?
Red Dawn.
Yeah,
Thank you.
I think about Rocky and Bullwinkle.
Oh, then you have Rocky. What was it? 4? 3?
Oh yeah. Oh wait.
4.
I was talking about the cartoon.
Okay.
I know. We moved on.
Okay.
We saved the conversation.
What's wrong with Rocky and Bullwinkle?
It's not pertinent to communism and its downfalls.
The bad guys were Russian.
They were some kind of.
I know there was some kind of
Yeah.
Russia, but they weren't espousing a communist ideology like they were in fucking Red Dawn.
Or in Rocky.
I'm sorry. Anyway,
It's okay.
Would you like me to talk about the
I
remake?
just wanted Ben to yell.
Would you like me to talk about the remake? A country that can't feed itself is going to get itself all the way over here across the Pacific?
Tell him, Ben.
It was China, but they were cowards and they made it North Korea because they're
I remember
cowards.
that because they were. I remember that they actually did remake it because they were afraid of China.
Yeah,
It was-
losing the Chinese box office.
well, there are a lot of theaters. I get it, but whatever. That's a whole nother episode about why. Never. I don't even want to get into that because it's gonna make me mad.
Yeah, you guys are going to end up on a tangent, and we're not even
It's
going
gonna
to
be
have
bad.
time to record the rest of this episode.
It's going to be very very bad. The Red Scare is still a thing.
Yeah.
and
Different,
and
different day.
It's a different
time.
scare.
it is,
It's a money scare.
and that's the problem.
And then
Got 'em by the balls.
Disney, and we'll talk about it later.
Yep. Anywho.
Oh no, I'm starting.
Just shut his mic off.
You'll still hear me in yours.
Well, yeah, because it sounded like a crazy man in the background at that point. Like, who's crazy uncle was just yelling.
My nephew's crazy uncle.
Everybody gets one. Everybody gets one. Little did you know that there's tinfoil underneath that hat. So Lake Michigan, right? Big old body of water. Well, back to that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Separating us from communist Canada. Okay, now I'm good. I got out of my system.
Okay. Not even commies. Their new president's kind of weird, but
Yeah.
you know. Did he do blackface?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was the guy.
Their prime minister.
Oh, that guy.
Yeah, Trudeau.
Justin
Yeah, Trudeau. Yeah, definitely did. Well, I guess it wasn't
He
blackface;
did,
it was
like,
brown face.
Brown face.
It's still just as bad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
for our Indian listeners,
but he was
still just
in
as bad.
college, and it was just.
But there is a theory that he's Castro's kid. So
Wait, what?
oh yeah.
Oh,
Yeah. Here, let me stand up.
oh fuck!
So,
Here we go.
there's like I don't want to call it a conspiracy theory, but there's a popular internet theory. I shouldn't even say popular, but there's a theory.
Okay.
And people think that he might be Castro's illegitimate child.
Why do they think that?
He looks like him.
Does he?
I can. After you said it, I can see it actually.
There's quite the resemblance, and I think some other things. You know, his age versus Castro, some other stuff.
So about our fucking topic today. About Lake Michigan. So Lake Michigan, big old body of water. There's actually a lot of weird stuff that happens with Lake Michigan. So we're going to talk about a few of those today. We're not going to get into all of them because there's a lot.
There's a lot.
But we picked our favorites.
Yep.
And I'm going to start because I feel like it today.
Okay.
So anyway, Lake Michigan, a little bit south of the Upper Peninsula. The actual location's known only by the tribes that live up there. So we don't know exactly where it is. You have to get special permission to actually go and dive the location. Okay, B, you all right?
That's a stretch. I'm sorry. I'm looking at pictures of Justin Trudeau and Fidel Castro, like side by side. And like, I mean, barely, kind of, sort of, they look similar-ish. But like, no.
There's more to it than just the looks.
Okay. You'll have to tell me sometime.
After the podcast.
It's fun. That's all it is.
Okay.
It's fun.
Is it?
It is.
Okay. Anywho.
Okay, I'm sorry, Aaron.
So,
Go ahead.
Lower Peninsula, there's some goddamn rocks. Anyways. You fucks.
I'm sorry.
It's like dealing with children.
I'm sorry. Okay. Yes, rocks. The rocks. Tell us about the rocks.
Are you sure?
Yes.
Okay.
I want to know.
Lower Peninsula. Lake Michigan. Well, it's actually across from the Mitten at that point.
The Mitten.
It's like the other part of it. You have the Upper Peninsula, Lower Peninsula. It would be, I guess, the lower part of that. Like the part that's across from Mitten. Would it be? Lower Peninsula? Upper Peninsula?
I was like, isn't the whole lower peninsula the Mitten?
That's what I thought.
I see what you mean. Yes.
Yeah.
Then yes, that part.
Yeah.
Yes. Sorry.
There's like,
That's where I was like,
there's like the Mitten, and then there's like this guy.
I thought
Yeah.
maybe there's fingers under there I'm just not aware of.
I'm sorry. Like, in my head, I'm like, I wasn't seeing what you were saying. You have the Mitten and then the Upper Peninsula. The Upper Peninsula, that's part of Wisconsin that they're too afraid to take back.
I love that one.
Cowards.
Tells me all I need to know about the people of Wisconsin.
Right. A bunch of cheese-eating cowards. Take back your land. It's literally, it's across water. Don't even touch it. Anyways.
Should talk about Michigan and Ohio one day.
Do I have to talk about Ohio again?
I was gonna say, didn't we already talk about Ohio at some point?
We had a whole episode about Ohio. I think we did this one before you joined us. If you all get a chance to go back and listen to the episode about Ohio sucks.
It does.
It does.
Specifically Cleveland.
Oh, God. It actually is about Cleveland and how Cleveland sucks. How do you have a whole lake on fire? It's water. Anyways.
Ohio is like hazardous.
They have overdose kits at the rest stops.
You get cancer just like crossing the border of Ohio.
Yeah. So, anyways, about this this rock, these rocks.
Yeah.
So it was originally found by a dude named Dr. Morkali. He's a professor of underwater archaeology in Northwestern Michigan University. So one of the things that we're doing is there's a bunch of shipwrecks inside of Lake Michigan. I think that's pretty common knowledge.
Which Ben will talk about later, probably, right?
Well, yeah,
I got a few.
They all kind of bleed into each other, which is good.
Yeah.
So the thing that's going on, there's a ton of shipwrecks in Lake Michigan, mainly because if you look at the shipping routes, it's very, very hazardous. It's one of the most difficult places to navigate. That's not even an ocean. It's just a giant lake.
Well, when you figure how many lighthouses there are in Michigan, kind of tells you what you're dealing with.
Yeah.
True. Yeah,
we have lighthouses everywhere. That many.
Right. That's true. So they were searching for some shipwrecks and ended up finding this. One of it was a stone formation that was found underwater. One of the things that kind of set them off to it being important was not only how it was set up, but that they found carvings of mastodons on them. So, yeah, like, which is pretty dope because I mean we already knew that mastodons existed in North America. We didn't know that we had them in our backyard.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah, furry elephants,
and that people were like hanging out with them.
Yeah.
That's cool as hell.
Hanging out.
Well, I mean, not getting killed by them is better than getting killed by them.
I think we were killing them. Is my insinuation.
You
know that there was some girl like me back in ancient days that was like, I'm gonna make best friends with that mastodon
for a minute,
right?
And
then, yeah. I would like to be best friends with an elephant, but they don't like me that much. So
I want to meet an elephant.
Southern Indiana, there's a preservation.
I'm aware of that actually.
Let's go.
I'm taking my sisters there.
Let's go. That's like on my bucket list to meet an elephant.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That's cool.
Will Stem or Will Stern.
Okay. I've heard of it before because we have that and a giraffe thing down there too.
Yeah, actually, I think they might be the ones with the giraffes as well.
I think they are. Yeah.
Paoli, Indiana.
Yeah, it's a while away, but I know a few people that go to there often.
Yeah. Then we're going to the wolves, and then we're going to the tigers in different parts of the state.
Have you seen the bison? Go see the bison.
They're at the wolf one.
Oh, okay. Well,
that seems like a poor choice.
There's one.
There's a fence. It worked in Jurassic Park.
No, there's one in like Hebron or where's
I know what you. Yeah, I did hear about that one before. Yeah,
is it Hebron? You don't know.
I don't go to Hebron.
You know what I'm talking about.
I not by firsthand experience, but I remember hearing about it. Yeah,
I've been there, and a little baby bison licked my hand.
Sounds like fun.
It was so cute.
Wonder how that tastes.
They actually sell bison meat there.
I'm joking. I know how they taste. I've had bison burgers several times in my life.
I think Cabela's even has bison meat.
I've had a lot of things at Cabela's. Yeah. They do. I've had bison burgers at a lot of places, actually. It's not uncommon. A lot of places have
bison burgers.
Let's just say that.
I'm hungry. I've had a bison burger, and it's a little gamier than beef.
Than beef, right?
But
so yeah, if you are in Indiana or close to, go and check out some elephants and some giraffes and baby bison.
Yeah. You get to touch the elephants.
Yeah, I know it's bad for you, but I actually have ridden an elephant before.
Yeah.
That was the 90s. Nobody cared. Now it's more dangerous.
I want to say I did too in that Hammond Circus back when I was a kid.
There's a picture of me riding an elephant somewhere. My parents probably have it.
I rode a camel like when I was a kid at one of those things. But I never rode an elephant, and I don't intend to again because
I wouldn't do it now because we know better now.
We know better these days. But
the only thing I'm missing is I've ridden an elephant, camel, and several horses. I haven't ridden an ostrich yet. It's on my list.
Oh, good luck.
I mean,
yeah.
Letterkenny told me everything I need to know about ostriches.
You can ride an ostrich. You deserve to ride an ostrich.
Thank you. I'll work it out.
The ostrich still won't think that, but yes.
Yeah.
I'll get back to you. Anywho, so about these rocks. We just completely got sidetracked again.
Again, with the rocks. I want to know what's going on with the rocks.
Fucking hell. So, yes, Mastodons. Oh, God, that reminds me of the Black Ranger, the Power Rangers. This is a parody video back in the early days of the internet, like the very early days of the internet. And they did a Power Ranger spoof. And the Black Ranger's like, you know what they called me the Mastodon? I got the trunk in the front. Every single time.
Did you know he had 3 fingers?
Yes.
Yeah. That was someone pointed out to me really recently.
Met him before too.
Oh, did you?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I didn't know that.
He's a nice guy.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, real cool guy. Met him at Comic-Con. You know how it is. Anywho. So yeah, these stones, these rocks, mastodons.
Yes, the mastodons.
The mastodons. So after doing some research, how carbonating, all that good stuff, they found that these stone pillars actually go back 9,000 years. So just to put that in perspective, we're talking about these existed 4,000 years before the actual Stonehenge.
Wow.
In England.
Holy cow.
Existed. So,
and then Christopher Columbus gets here and he's like, oh, look what I found, guys.
Well, it's underwater. So unless he went diving one day, I don't think he saw them.
No, but like in general, like he's like, I'm
what you mean.
the first person here.
Dude's a fucking idiot. Anywho.
let's do an episode on that douchebag one of these days.
Oh, yeah. There's a few douchebags we need to cover in history.
Yeah, no, we can't. Or we could do Leif Erikson, the guy that was actually on the continent.
Yeah, the Viking.
You know.
Well, Nordic, whatever. He's a Viking.
Anyway. No, he was a Viking.
Yeah.
No, you got it.
Yeah, the Vikings or the Chinese that were here first, too. Before that. I heard the Egyptians made it here, too, but that was a rumor, I'm pretty sure.
We should do how the horses got here.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good one, too.
Yeah.
DJ, write all of this down.
The second time.
DJ.
Write all of this down.
I know you're having so much fun in Tijuana, but.
Right. Get your phone. Write this down.
If your hands aren't tied.
Right.
Now, were the stones, because like I said, I researched it a little bit and then I moved on to other things. Were the stones underwater at the time? Would they have been underwater when they were placed there, or was
I
that?
wouldn't think so. Right?
No, they
It was
weren't.
like in ancient times before, like
Yeah, so we're
talking
talking like think back Ice Age.
Yeah, no, that's why I'm asking.
Yeah, though this part of they actually did do again more research on this area. It turns out that 10,000 years ago, that area of Lake Michigan was actually above water.
Okay.
So that goes into that.
My house used to be not my house, but where my house is used to be below Lake Michigan.
Yeah, it's weird how that all works out.
Yeah. That's where Ridge Road gets its name.
Yeah.
Or so the legend
and
goes.
I'm north of Ridge Road, so.
Yeah, I didn't know that. Interesting. Yep. I know that I live in the area that was never below water because my place where I grew up at never flooded. Because the flood shit.
Yeah.
Everything that was underwater floods still.
Yes.
All the time. Anyways. Oh, excuse me. Goodness, I don't know where that burp came from, but now I have heartburn.
You guys,
getting old sucks.
You two need to get it together.
Getting old is terrible.
I've had it together.
Sort of.
Okay.
You want me to yell again?
Dropping things.
So, now naturally they call this the Stonehenge Lake Michigan just because of how the rocks are formed. They're ancient. They're not megalithic. The thing with these pillars, they're not that big.
Okay.
And the reason why they call it the Stonehenge is because, well, obviously how they're placed, but also because they're old, and also because it's just like it makes a good tagline. Yeah. It makes a really good headline.
Right. Plot twist: the Druids were here first.
Oh, bother. We're not ready for that. So what they're, because I still don't know exactly who made these.
They're like little guys. They're like as tall as like a person, maybe.
Yeah, they're not that tall.
Yeah. They're like person sized.
And probably not even tall person size.
Yeah.
The more I've gotten older, the more I realize after traveling a lot that the world was not made for tall people.
No.
Well, the ancient world was not made for tall people.
No.
The modern world is definitely made for tall people. If you ask me trying to reach something on a shelf at Costco.
It helps. It does help. Yeah, but back then, fuck no. People were like 4 feet tall. It's terrible. Anyways. So and I'm going to pronounce this completely wrong, so my bad. The Anishinaabe tribe that was up in that area of Michigan who believe their ancestors actually built those pillars and actually drew on them. So that would have been their ancestors here after the Ice Age happened and they relocated to this area. One of the theories of what they were used for, because there really isn't, they can't really tell that it was made to like, direct light in a certain way like Stonehenge was. It's just their old pillars. That's all. And they were actually believe it might have been used to drive cattle. So cattle are dumb. And that's all I have to say about it.
If you can be made into a shoe.
I was gonna go onto the line of cattle are dumb, and that's why when you think about the the majority of people in a group that are called cattle, just following a leader.
So maybe they were friends with the mastodons, right? And that's why there's a mastodon carved on it, because they were like, "This is where we keep our mastodon friend." Yeah.
Where we keep our mastodon friend.
This is
elephants are smarter than that.
This is where he hangs out.
Well, I guess elephants are. I don't know about mastodon. They're close enough.
Maybe they had a mastodon friend.
I think it was to drive cattle.
Well, then why is there a mastodon written on it? Yeah, answer that.
Because they liked how it looked.
Smarty pants.
In a silhouette.
They're impressive creatures.
In a silhouette.
There weren't cityscapes to draw yet.
Right?
They drew a mastodon on the side of the stone, and they pointed at it to the cattle, and they're like, "Be more like that."
Maybe it's really hard to paint Ooga Booga.
It is. It really is.
So they painted a mastodon.
Because that's drunk in the front. So anyways. And again, like, there's really not that much about it because like there's only a few people that have been able to allow to research it. The biggest thing with this is that the tribe that actually has that area that this exists in doesn't want it to be accidentally destroyed. So a lot of the research that we get is very, very sparse, and which is fine. I think it's a good thing that they actually only allow a certain amount of people to go there.
Leave it alone.
Yeah, because it's not that far. It's what 40 feet below the below water level.
I remember reading 40 feet.
So anybody can dive it if they know where it is.
There's a guy in this picture. There's a guy just like scuba diving to it. So.
Right.
And you know what comes to mind is those fucking assholes that were on video recently, and I don't know where they were. They might have been here in the States. I don't know, but some sort of rock formations that they were toppling over in some park somewhere. Did you see that?
No, I didn't.
No.
Rude.
No.
I saw that someone like not that long ago did graffiti all over a bunch of these like ancient trees in Joshua Tree Park in was it Nevada or California?
California? Nevada? I don't know. I've never been there.
Know.
Something like that.
I'm Googling it.
But
we need to be more judicious with the death penalty.
I agree.
Yeah, I don't. Like I said, I think it was stateside. I only think it was stateside because of the clothes they were wearing.
What is it?
California.
Okay,
but I could be completely wrong. But yeah, what Aaron's talking about, that's what I'm thinking about now. Is
how humans ruin everything.
Yeah, and just pushing stuff over because it's funny.
They super do. Humans super do ruin everything.
Yeah. So about that death penalty though, yeah. Let's not fucking shit up.
No.
So, anyways, that's all I had about Stonehenge. I want to talk a little bit about South Manitou Island because I've been there and I've seen the creepiness of it. Cool. So South Manitou Island, there's south and north. Imagine that. Anyways, so I went with a few friends, DJ being one of them, but again, got kidnapped by banditos, sort of thing.
What did he see?
Not much. Not much. And it got dark, so definitely not much. But so South Manitou Island doesn't have really much on it. There's a few houses. There's like a kind of like a ranger station area, if you will. They're not there, but they have a house for it, I guess. We definitely stole wood from it though, so appreciate y'all for that shit. So
just casually admitting to crimes.
It was years ago. Anyways, it's not past statute of limitations, but who really gives shit?
This is how Waco starts.
We at Required Taste Podcast do not condone crimes.
We needed wood to start a fire so we could eat. It was a stuff of necessity.
They were stranded and trying to survive.
Well, you kind of are. Like, you take a boat there and you're left there until the boat comes back a few days later.
Well.
So.
I support your decision, Aaron.
Thank you. I was hungry.
And I endorse it.
And I was hungry.
You couldn't have brought like some granola bars or something?
We brought steak and hot dogs. I'm not joking. So we get to this island. It's a very beautiful area. Like I said, the water up there is clear, which is really cool. There's a bunch of shipwrecks around the island too that you can see from land. One of them being the Francisco Morazan, which crashed into another ship actually that was already sunk there.
Oh shit!
Yeah, there's two shipwrecks on top of each other.
They're out there on the ship sailing. They're like, "Hey guys, come here, look at this thing. Oh, that's pretty cool." They're looking at the shipwreck. Oh crap!
Couldn't build a lighthouse fast enough for that one.
They had a lighthouse there already.
God,
what
people
on
suck.
earth?
Well, okay. In their defense, it was in the middle of a storm that then turned into a snowstorm. So it was already foggy, and then add snow on top of the fog in a storm.
Well, that's true. I mean, like, think about like how hard it is to see even a car coming at you on the highway when it's
foggy.
Yeah, and it's
now
like
snowing.
Middle of
water.
Yeah.
So it's foggy. It's snowing. Their engine died, which took like 8 hours for them to fix.
What are you going to argue with me about right now?
Why is the car coming at you on the highway? Why are you on the wrong side of the road?
Well, not like I'm thinking like a highway like 41 or something.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Like a you know.
Can I continue, Ben?
Of course.
Okay.
Like coming opposite direction from you on the other side of the road. Does that make you feel better?
Not if you're near me, no. Okay, so I'm gonna keep going about this boat.
Anyway,
I'm gonna keep going about this boat now. So yeah, the Francisco Morazan. was in the middle of Lake Michigan. This is November, so they were making poor decisions in the first place. The shipping lanes in Lake Michigan closed at the end of November. They were trying to make the last minute shipment. Poor choices.
Catch me on a boat in November. Absolutely not.
Yeah, I'm good on that. So they left for Chicago, going up north, and obviously they were in this area, so they were pretty far away. But the problem was their fuel pump had died. The boat, no fuel, no go. So they were floating. They were drifting for about 8 hours. Boat restarted. They tried to make adjustments navigation wise. This is the 60s. Navigation better than the 20s, but still not great. So this boat was trying to get back on course. Didn't happen. The lighthouse, I'm pretty sure, was on. But they
just couldn't see it.
Couldn't see it.
They had that DJ vision.
Oh, very much so. And then they they ran aground on top of another shipwreck. Thankfully, nobody was hurt. Nobody was killed. So they got everybody off the boat. There was only a few people on there. It was a cargo ship, but
it's just like a cartoon where all the ships keep running into this one.
The same, yeah.
And then it's like, there's like a pile of ships.
Yeah, literally.
Is that 5 minutes from Blues Brothers?
Oh, jeez.
With the cop cars.
Cop cars, yep. Exactly. It's crazy because if you do ever get the chance to go there and see it yourself, you'll see a part of the ship still sticking up out of the water. It's been there since the 60s, but it's still partially there. But if you look underneath the water, you'll see like a little bit of the other ship that it hit.
That is so funny. Did you see it when you were there? Mm-hmm. That's cool.
Yeah, it was cool.
So if you're having a bad day, just remember your mistakes haven't been immortalized
literally
in a lake
for failure. Like you can, to this day, you can see the evidence of somebody's failure back in the 60s. And I'm not talking about your children. I'm talking about a boat.
Imagine that's your legacy, though. Like you're a sailor. And like people, like for the rest of eternity, people are coming across your ship and they're like, "What dumbasses did that?"
You know, because he actually, the dude who was the captain of the ship might still be alive. He was in his 20s when this happened. Okay. So there's a chance he's still alive.
The captain was in his 20s?
Yes, that's also kind of interesting, isn't it?
Yeah.
Also, what makes it even more interesting is that boat was made in 1922 in Germany.
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
Well, did he have an Argentinian accent?
There's a joke there for people that got it.
Was there a manifesto that we need, or I'm sorry, a manifest that we need to examine more clearly?
Right, more closely. A lot of blonde hair, blue eyed people in Chicago nowadays.
What were you hauling? Art?
Kinda weird. Kinda weird. Oh, really bad art.
Mm-hmm. No, the art they stole.
Oh, right. That's right.
And also the really bad art.
And the really bad art. Yeah. I feel like we need to talk about that one day, like just like the Nazi gold and the Nazi art that was stolen.
Just a weird shit.
Because where did it go to? Because some of it's still missing. It wasn't like the submarine.
Bottom of Lake Michigan.
It was it was a plot point in The Simpsons.
I don't remember that episode, but I'm sure it was.
Yeah, the Hellfish episode.
Oh, nice. Mm-hmm. Yeah, because there was a whole rumor about a submarine that left from Germany that was on its way to Argentina. That didn't get sank by anything. I think it ran aground.
Something like that.
Like they made a mistake. Essentially, it's been a
long time.
They made a mistake, ended up hitting something underwater, got stuck there, all died naturally.
Damn.
But it's still full of art and Nazi gold.
Well, they took a boat without windows, so you can see how that happens.
Yeah, that wasn't their best move.
Scheiße.
Also following a mustachioed idiot, a mustachioed psychopath. It was a great move. Anywho, back to the topic at hand. So this boat, the Francisco Morazan. Like I said, if you get a chance to go to South Manso Island, you'll see it. It's I can't remember what direction that is. I think it's off the, and I could be wrong, so please don't quote me on this. I think it's off the west side of the island. If I remember seriously, we camped on the east. It was on this side, so that should be west. So the lighthouse on the island is actually pretty old too, though. You can do a tour, which is cool. But again, this goes into the whole, like, things were built for short people back then, not for tall people. I had issues. But I had a beautiful view when I got up there, though, finally. So they give you a tour of the lighthouse. There's 2 tour guys that I think still live on the island, and they'll take you around, show you all the stuff, which is really nice. There are certain areas you can't go into because it's like decrepit and falling apart and shit.
Yeah, like dangerous.
Yeah, it just happens. Like the house that's attached to the lighthouse people used to live at is falling apart. The lighthouse itself has been maintained, though, so you can still go up to the top of it. Beautiful views. I have really good pictures of the place on my phone from that. It was really nice. The funny thing about the lighthouse, though, which they should have told us, There was a certain someone that was on the trip with us, not naming names.
I've heard this story before.
Not naming names. But to turn on the lighthouse was a light switch. Like, it was a normal, basic, in-house light switch to turn the lighthouse on. Mm-hmm. Now, they told us, like, well, they don't use it anymore because nobody really travels that way anymore, blah, 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 blah. However, it's used for special occasions like anniversaries, they'll light it up. Cool. So this light switch is right behind myself and those who were with me. And that night, we're on the beach. We lit a fire. We're cooking our food, having some drinks, hanging out, enjoying the evening. You know, very beautiful out. And you look over to the side, and you see a lighthouse going. And you wonder to yourself, out of all the times for that lighthouse to be turned on when it's not supposed to be, I wonder who might have done this.
Surely not the several shenanigan makers
that I associate with consistently. Yeah, that could have been one of them
that are currently camping there.
Right, I'm going to camp with them again this weekend. It's hilarious. I don't know what's going to happen this time, but not that. Hopefully.
Am I incorrect for imagining a very distinct laugh being responsible?
Actually, no. He wasn't there.
No.
Oh.
He would have done something worse, probably.
Yeah.
He would have done something way worse.
Would have lit the lighthouse.
Yeah, on fire.
It's probably the person that you would think it would be if it's not him.
Yeah.
Okay.
The next most mischievous one of the people I associate with.
Yeah.
So yeah, it was again beautiful time there. One of the creepy things about the island, though, the mystery part. There we go. Getting back to that. Other than the ship, which was not really mysterious, it's just kind of cool. There are 2 cemeteries on the island. There's one that's kept up pretty nice, and the other one that's not.
That's haunted.
That's where the
as fuck.
That's where the gypsies go.
I honestly,
that's where the illegitimate children that you kept in the basement. That's where they go.
Again, honestly, the houses that are on the island still that aren't occupied are creepy as fuck on their own. Then you look at the cemetery, which is older than fuck, and they also had been out of maintenance for a few years.
I want to go.
It was overgrown.
I want to go. I want to see the ghosts.
It was pretty creepy. And they say like at night you hear like voices coming through the trees. Because the woods there are very thick. So like any kind of wind that comes through, it might make a weird noise at you.
The wind, huh?
Yeah.
Yep.
We ran into other campers there. They're like, oh, what are you guys here for? Like, oh, we're just, hanging out for the weekend, da-da-da. What are you guys doing here? Oh, we're here for the ghosts.
Yes, that would be me.
Okay.
I want to go for the ghosts.
As I like walk back to my okay, you guys. Okay.
They have a Great Dane, a van, and the Munchies.
Unfortunately not. There's no vehicles on the island actually. So
they had to leave the van behind.
Yeah, it's one of those camping situations where you literally carry what you're gonna use and then that's it.
It was a group of meddling kids.
And that damn dog. Good times though. So yeah, if you ever get a chance to South Manitow Island, it was actually pretty fucking fun. We didn't shower for a couple days, so I had to wash myself in the lake. That was interesting. Ew. Definitely looked disheveled after a few days.
Well, you said the water was clear.
Oh, it was incredibly beautiful. Like I have some great pictures from that place. It was
like you get out of Lake Michigan around here, and you have to shower afterwards.
Accurate. Yeah, I definitely washed in it. It was very nice. Yeah, because like you see right to the bottom, you see fishes fishing around, being fishies,
doing little fish things.
Mm-hmm. I sat on the beach, read a book for a little bit. I had a great time. I got in touch with myself a little bit. Took a nap.
Nature.
It's good stuff. It's real good stuff. Anyways, that's what I got about that. So I don't know who wants to go next, but
I can go next. Then we can finish strong with Ben.
Oh, if that's what
I don't like the tone in that.
All right, what you got, B?
Okay, so I have the story of the Lake Michigan UFO.
Mm-hmm. All right.
So this was a UFO that was spotted off of the coast of Lake Michigan. Basically from Holland, Michigan. I don't know if you guys have you ever been to Holland, Michigan? Yeah. So there's like, it's kind of like a themed town, right?
Yeah, to say the least.
Yeah.
The Dutch settlement.
Yeah, pretty much.
Pretty much, yeah.
Pretty much. So Holland, Michigan, is a town basically like kind of on the coast of, like I guess it would be like the middle of West Michigan, kind of. It's kind of south.
Yeah, I mean, it's probably it's probably the end of southern Michigan, and
yeah.
I mean, it's probably a half hour inside from the coast.
Yeah.
So
thereabouts.
Yeah. So this UFO was spotted on March 8th of 1994 Sighting started around 9 p.m. It was 3 lights. Okay, so people reported seeing 3 lights. It started off as 1 light and then broke off into 3 lights. They were moving separately and coming together. So they would like break off into 3 and then come back together into 1, and break off into 3 and come back together into 1. Some people reported them as cylindrical or spherical or shaped like a hockey puck.
Yes, Michigan.
Exactly.
Shaped like a hockey puck.
Shaped like a hockey puck.
Aha.
These lights made no noise, and they kind of faded between colors. So several people described them as like fading between, like they would be red and then they would fade into green and then fade into blue and, stuff like that. One of the witnesses reported the lights being as bright as the full moon. So she like walked out and saw it, and she initially thought it was the moon, like a full moon. And then it like separated into 3 lights, and she was like, that's not the fucking moon.
That's a Death Star. Couldn't let it go.
I was waiting for some sort of suicide pact to take hold there. The moon's falling apart. Typical.
This is it.
I don't know why random Michiganders are committing ritual suicide, but continue.
Yes, the Honorable Subaru.
Oh, dude.
Did you just make that up, or where did that come from?
I was saying that for years. Like,
Oh, really?
Your birthday.
Yeah.
So many Subarus. Many Subarus. There is either a disproportionate hiking population in Grand Rapids
or lesbians.
Or lesbian population in Grand Rapids, but something's going on.
I'm leaning towards lesbians.
And none of them are going far because they're Subarus.
I mean, I think it's the lesbians. Yeah.
I'm going to go with lesbians.
Could be Paul Hogan enthusiasts, too. Massive thumbs up to anybody that remembers Crocodile Dundee.
Okay.
Anyway.
Oh, that was one of mine. Okay, there you go. Now you know how it feels.
Sorry, I know I'm a menace. I'm sorry. Okay, so more than 300 residents of Western Michigan reported sighting this UFO, right? That's a lot of people. This is one of the most widely reported UFO sightings in history.
It's like up there with the Phoenix Lights.
Yeah.
I feel like in numbers.
Like a lot of fucking people saw this UFO. Yeah, so most reported the lights generally moving south with 1 light leading and the other 2 following it. So like the I guess mothership or whatever would move, and then the other 2 lights would kind of like follow it and go wherever it was going and like form back into a triangle.
All right.
And it was kind of a consensus over all of the people who reported these sightings. They saw the same thing. So it wasn't just like, a couple people and they had different reports, or like they didn't really know.
Lighting conditions.
Yeah. It was like everybody kind of saw the same thing happening, right? So a lot of people called the police, and the police ended up, like the Ottawa County Sheriff's Department ended up calling the National Weather Service in Muskegon to like look at the radar and be like, hey, like what's going on? Like check your radar and see what the hell this is, right? So this guy named Jack Bouchon, he's a meteorologist. He was the operator that night. He was doing like the night shift. And he looked at his radar and he saw a group of 3, they call them returns, or like spots on the radar, right? So they were moving about 100 miles per hour. A group of 3 started over Holland and moved southwest over Lake Michigan, settling for a bit over South Haven. So it like stopped and hovered.
Okay.
Yeah, so it would like move south and then stop and then hover for a while. And then it would move like inward toward Lake Michigan. So it moved like about 20 miles out over Lake Michigan and then like down towards Chicago. It stopped for a bit west of Benton Harbor. It was just like kind of moving all over the place. And it wasn't only moving in different directions. It was like moving at different altitudes too. So it would stop and it would like drop down really low or like shoot up really high.
Did it say what speed all this is happening at?
100 miles per hour.
Like that's
according to the radar, yeah.
Okay.
About 100 miles per hour. But it was like
better than a guesstimate.
Yeah, but that was like the max speed, but it would go like faster and slower sometimes, but it maxed out at like 100 miles per hour. So, it hovered and moved quickly, changing direction and altitude erratically. Skeptics pointed out that Bouchon was an intern at the time of the sighting. But a professor of natural sciences named Michael Swords, he was also...
It's a badass name.
Right? he was also like a UFO investigator or whatever. He met with Bouchon and he was like, he met with him and he's like, yeah, he really knew his stuff. Like he knew how to use this equipment. He knew how to read the radar. Like he wasn't just guessing at this stuff. He kind of like, he explained to them the difference between like, this is what a storm looks like. This is what an airplane looks like. And these didn't look like anything I've ever seen. Right. So, skeptics claim that the radar returns were atmospheric mirages created by temperature inversion.
Okay.
And that's kind of the only explanation that anyone has ever given for this, is that it was like mirages, essentially.
So
like,
that's the modern swamp gas.
I was going to say modern weather balloon.
or that, yeah.
Yeah, no. Like literally no one has ever come up with any type of explanation that like actually makes sense for this. And it was seen by so many people. It was seen by police officers. It was seen by, again, the like National Weather Service. It was seen by a pilot. So an episode about this aired on Unsolved Mysteries.
Okay.
And after Unsolved Mysteries aired, Bouchon had a pilot contact him, like an airliner pilot.
Oh, yes. The Sky Pirates are back.
The Sky Pirates.
Completely different.
Yeah.
Completely different career in the air industry.
I try it.
That would be cool as hell to have like
Yarr.
Sky Pirates. Anyway.
Yep.
So, a pilot.
Till you die.
Yeah, seriously.
Hey, man, that's one less bill I got to pay. Actually, a lot of less
A
bills.
lot of
bills.
less bills. But yeah, a pilot reached out to him and it was like, dude, I saw it too. I was there and I saw it from the fucking sky. Like I saw it in my airplane, and the air control or whatever contacted me and said, hey, go look at this thing. Tell us what you see. And he went and he looked at it and he's like, I don't know what the fuck that is. It's just like some lights in the sky. And they were like, okay, that's all. Goodbye. And that was it. And he had never really heard anything else about it other than like, local newspapers reported it and stuff like that. So, but to this day, there's like no real explanation for it, which is crazy.
Interesting.
Mm-hmm.
What time of day was this?
It started about 9 p.m. and the last sighting was around 2 a.m.
Oh.
That was going on for a while then.
Oh,
Yeah, it was going on for a while.
Yeah, that's I didn't expect that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the last like sighting, I think the sightings from the shore lasted about like 2 hours, but then the sightings on the radar lasted until 2 a.m.
All right, that's pretty
And
cool.
significantly, all kidding aside, significantly before last call.
Yeah,
for sure.
Which is important.
Oh, very much so. I
That
mean,
is
it's the
important.
Midwest. We drink a lot, except for you. But
Correct.
somebody has to be sober.
It's the rage.
It helps. It's the opposite for me. Anywho, actually, it's funny. I was talking about Sky Pirates. Just real quick side note: Skies of Arcadia, Dreamcast game, RPG. You were a Sky Pirate. It was awesome.
Hell yeah.
Sounds so familiar.
That's
I
like
can't
the
picture
movie
it.
Yeah, that's great.
Treasure Planet.
Yeah, that's actually
Yeah.
good one. That's
That I
good.
remember a little bit.
That's a good one.
Is that a
So
Disney
about-
movie or a not Disney movie or
I don't remember.
It's a Disney movie.
is it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a
I
Disney
thought it was
movie.
on one of those lists of like the greatest non-Disney movies or
No,
whatever.
it's
Like
it
Five
was,
Goes West.
it was in
Or like
between
Fern Gully.
All dogs go to heaven.
That's not Disney?
No, it's not.
Oh, no shit. Mm-hmm. Well, Disney wouldn't believe in an afterlife, so that makes sense.
Yeah, no, it was in between the Disney like classic era and the Disney Renaissance. So it was like, or no, it was after the Disney Renaissance, before the like Pixar boom
Oh, okay.
is what it was. So it was like in that in between where they were experimenting with like CGI and computer generated graphics and
Yeah.
stuff, which is why it looks so freaking cool.
Yeah, no, that I remember. Like, it's very
Yeah.
uniquely. That and the Moses movie. It
Oh, that was
same-
DreamWorks.
Okay, but it was that same era
Yeah.
Yeah,
where
I
it was
remember
that
that.
mixed match of
That movie-
technology and art.
Like I will like advocate for that movie so much. The Prince of Egypt.
There you go.
That
I
movie
knew,
is like-
I knew it wasn't
That was
Moses.
a good
Yeah.
one.
That is such a good movie.
That was
I
a
think
good
it's so underrated. Like the artwork is so cool. The music is very cool. It's just a very like I guess artistically directed film.
Yeah, the music was great.
Everything
That's
was
what I
cooler when
remember.
we were younger.
Yeah. Anyway, so actually, just going on the whole UFO thing, I think it's funny that like in the middle of a financial crisis, in the middle of COVID, the government was like, "Hey, UFOs are real."
By the way, guys, we know you're dealing with a lot right now. But
we don't have time for this.
Right, like
because they knew no one would care.
Nobody gave a fuck. Like nobody gave a single fuck.
They're like, okay,
it's
now
hilarious.
Everyone is really too busy to like process this right now, so we got to drop it at this moment.
Right, aliens, UFOs, definitely real. Those pilots all telling the truth. Here's all the footage. Nothing. Fantastic.
Perfect.
Let's get back to robbing them.
That's exactly what we wanted.
Let's get back to robbing the people blind.
Now the question that you have to ask. The question you have to ask is what catastrophe is going to be going on in the future when they finally allow JFK to be declassified?
Oh boy, that's going to be wild.
The level of fuckery that has to be going on at that time.
That's going to be no. I think that's going to be like a distraction tactic.
The UFOs, I feel like words. Nobody gave a fuck.
Yeah, no, that's where I'm at.
Do you think it was supposed to be a distraction?
Oh, absolutely. Let's get the people talking about. That's all any of it is let's get the people talking about something else.
I guess. I don't know.
Yeah, look over there while we rob you again.
Right now, it's like let's get everybody fighting about TikTok
while they rob us again.
Yeah.
Bastards, taxation stuff. Anyways,
and reintroduce the Patriot Act.
The what? I'm sorry.
The Patriot Act.
What about it?
I said reintroduce the Patriot Act.
Oh yeah, aren't they?
At least that was the original ban.
Yeah,
the original proposed ban, but I still haven't let it go. I'm very bad at that.
Letting things go. Yes. Would have never have guessed.
Gee, what a surprise! Surely not.
All right, Ben, what you got?
So I have a few things.
Okay.
And shapes, creatures.
Shapes.
I like
shapes.
It's like a picture.
All right.
It's like
well, you had triangles, so there's that.
It's like a picture book over here. And so
Ben bought a tablet. That man is unhinged. Okay, more unhinged.
I got a roller coaster tycoon on this bitch. The classic one from when I was a kid. So many people have died already. So many. I have pay toilets in this thing. It is anarchy.
So you're Europe now. Got it.
I really like the handle on your case.
I enjoy it.
Yeah, it's very cool.
Yeah, I enjoy it. It's called a kickstand.
So he can like yell while he holds it.
So he can
I can. I absolutely can.
He
like
can hold it at people like he was
fashion.
doing it earlier.
Like
read.
Yeah.
So
here is the evidence.
Right.
And that's when I killed him, Your Honor. That's a quote from John Pinette. Don't come at me. But no, so I have a few shipwrecks and interesting things. Disappearance, a creature that I'll save to the end, and the Lake Michigan Triangle.
All right.
And it is dwarfed by the Bermuda Triangle, but it's cooler because it's here and we can visit it.
Indeed.
And so it basically stretches from Manitowoc, Wisconsin, over to almost dead across to Ludington, Benton Harbor, Ludington, and then down to Benton Harbor, which is near St. Joe.
Which is where the UFO stopped.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Interesting.
And if you're not familiar with Benton Harbor, that's close to St. Joseph. Is that supposed to be X-Files?
Yeah.
Okay. It was a little too cheery.
Oh, sorry.
Wait, I have a button for this.
I'm sorry. There you go.
Thought I had on there.
Oh, my veins are ready for that. That is.
Please carry on.
Oh, God, yes. So.
God. I wish we had video so badly. Oh my gosh.
So it's this triangle, and it's named that just like Stonehenge, named for the Bermuda one, but for recognition.
Yeah.
And so a bunch of weird stuff has happened in it, and basically starting with the shipwrecks, there was the first instance of the triangle was French. Le Griffon.
Oh, the French.
Yeah, and they they named a ship after a mythical beast. What could go wrong? So yeah, ship disappeared in August 1679 with no evidence of bad weather, piracy, anything like that. The only thing that's of record is that the crew and captain were warned by a local tribe of the unpredictable squalls that happen in the lake.
Just out of curiosity, is there? Maybe Aaron can look this up. Is Poverty Island in the Lake Michigan Triangle?
I have no idea.
You carry on. I'll look it up.
Okay.
Then there was the Rouse Simmons, which it's one of the two more interesting ones, I think, but of actual ships going missing, and where it was seen flying a distress flag in very good conditions for whatever reason, and then sometime after, it was a schooner. It did sink during a violent storm in 1912. Ship was bound for Chicago with a cargo of Christmas trees when it went down by Two Rivers, Wisconsin, killing all on board and lost its Christmas trees.
Yep, I heard that story.
So they started popping up all around the shoreline.
Yeah, they started the shoreline had a bunch of Christmas trees popping up and bodies.
And bodies.
Yeah, and bodies. Yeah.
I was going to say, that's a very cheerful shipwreck, but no, not anymore.
And you know what it made me think of the whole time I was reading it? Was Futurama's Santa Claus.
Oh, jeez.
So then you had the Rosabelle, and in 1875, these are not in chronological order, obviously, but Rosabelle, 1875, found upside down. 11 crew members never found.
Upside down?
Capsized.
Oh,
so
okay.
hull up.
Okay.
And, or I guess keel. But, so it was found upside down. 11 crew members were never found. But then it was returned to service. It was in good enough order to be returned to service.
I feel that's a really poor choice.
It was because in 1921, the captain had a vision about something bad happening, didn't go on the boat, and then the ship flipped again, killing 11 crew members.
So it flipped once.
Wow. And they're like, we'll just throw it back on there.
Yeah. And again, not due to anything wrong with the boat necessarily. It just happened again.
It was cursed.
Yeah.
In answer to your Poverty Island question, it is not in the Breezewater Triangle. It is not. Or the Lake Michigan Triangle.
Interesting.
It is north of it.
Because Poverty Island is supposedly where the sunken Lake Michigan treasure is at.
Oh.
Well, the name is very ironic.
Yeah.
Well, that's like a Greenland, Iceland situation right there.
Yeah.
I know. Yeah. So,
where are you going all secretly? Poverty Island. Don't follow me.
Right, suspiciously. Shifty eyes.
There's definitely no treasure there. It's called Poverty Island. Why would there be gold there?
They'll never catch on to us.
Doesn't make any sense.
Oh, God, they brought a dog. Those meddling kids.
Maybe we can do like
shifty eyes.
Maybe we can do a part 2 for Lake Michigan mysteries.
Okay, I'm down.
And we can talk about the sunken treasure, and we can talk about the Lake Michigan sea monster that clearly ate all of those people who went missing.
And there's also the Lake Michigan pirates too.
Yeah,
because there was piracy on Lake Michigan.
Well, so many things.
Yeah, they're clearly looking for it back in the day here because it's listed when it's not a cause of whatever happened to these boats. Yeah. Not so much in the 20th century, but the earlier ones.
Sure.
And then this one's interesting. And again, just open-ended, but George R. Donner, because nothing bad has happened to anybody with that last name.
Not at all.
No relation.
Captain of the O.M. McFarland vanished on his 58th birthday during a voyage from Erie, Pennsylvania to Port Washington, Wisconsin. After directing the ship through ice floes, Donner retired to his cabin, but was never seen again.
Wait, what?
He vanished.
From inside the boat?
Yes. He vanished. He was never seen again. Portholes were too small for him to jump out of. Mm-hmm. And nobody ever reported him as being suicidal or depressed or anything like. Again, it was his birthday.
Dang.
And he specifically instructed the crew or members of the crew to wake him when they neared the destination, like a certain distance. So, once we're however far away, wake me up. And they did. They went to, and that's how they found out he was gone.
So there were people manning the outside of the ship while he was down there. So if he would have came up in the middle of the night or something.
Yeah, no, it's still going the whole time.
Okay.
Yeah, it's just he's done for now.
That's so weird.
Yeah, because you're running in shifts on those ships.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Also, if you the listeners want to hear a very funny story involving me, a body of water, and a porthole, listen to our very first episode of the podcast. I tell a good story about what happened to me in the Dominican.
Oh boy.
Yep. So yeah, go ahead and listen to the first episode of the podcast. This takes us back to the very beginning.
Yep.
And to a very awkward moment for me.
Those are fun to listen to. They're rough. And we all sound so different
Yeah.
before that thing.
Oh yeah, we upgraded. You know?
Before that thing, it sounds very like none of us sound like we actually do. Now we sound like we do in real life.
Oh, I've never listened to
I think the first couple episodes that I was on, I was like, oh my God, I don't sound like that. Why do I sound so weird? But now that I've listened to the podcast like 5 zillion times, I like am used to the way that I sound.
Yeah.
So it's like I sound normal to myself, I guess, if that makes sense.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, it does.
So I don't know.
What you got, man?
I still hate my voice.
I just want to say, I'm like, I don't like listening to mine either.
Yeah.
But like Aaron, John, DJ, like none of them really sound how my mind
true.
perceives them in real life. And those earlier ones.
Yeah.
Now it really does. But so flight 2501, the triangle is 3-dimensional, so goes up.
Okay.
There was a plane that requested,
Isn't it a pyramid at that point then?
or I mean, I get, is it?
Like,
Well, no, it'd be a diamond if it goes up and down.
Yeah.
geometrically, like what is the?
It'd be a diamond.
Well, no, a diamond is like that. If it's a triangle, does it go like this too, or does it go like this?
Well, no,
You know
it's
what I
going
mean?
like this.
Okay, so what is that called?
I need y'all to stop doing it with our hands.
It's called a plateau. Can I move on?
No, I want to know geographic or geometrically.
I'm just
Lord.
imagining the thing that's above the Sims characters' heads.
Oh, a plumb bot,
Sure.
plumb bob,
Fucking what?
plumb bob. That's what it is, plumb bob.
But wasn't that just a triangle that's 3-dimensional?
No, a diamond is okay. A triangle is like this, right?
Yep.
A diamond is like this.
Yep.
That's different. Those
Nope.
completely different shapes.
I don't care. Carry on, Ben.
I'm sorry I brought it up. So there's this.
I've never played The Sims, so I have just going off of like,
You've never played The Sims?
nope. My life is enough.
I don't think you would like it.
My life is enough to control.
I love The Sims. I used to play The Sims for hours and
Every
hours.
woman that I know plays The Sims.
Yeah.
Not a bad thing. Not saying that in a bad way. It's just
I am.
I really liked building the houses.
yeah, because I got to fantasize about doing that shit now too. Fuck.
The only time we'll ever have like a nice house is in The Sims.
Yeah, thanks, Dad.
Using cheat codes.
Yep.
I did always want to play the city one, but just
Thanks,
for the
government.
just for the disasters.
Oh, I used to fuck it up, man. I used to build
Yeah.
like this beautiful city and then like just
Sim
call
City.
aliens and shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude.
That's the
SimCity
one-
2000.
That's one thing I would want to do.
It's actually, if you have PC Game Pass, it's on there.
Dude, you can play Destroy All Humans.
I have both.
On PlayStation. They
Oh,
have,
I'm aware.
It's remastered.
I'm aware.
Oh, it's so great.
My neighbor called me the day it came out because he was so excited.
Oh, it's so fantastic.
Good times.
So good.
I'm kind of
Anywho,
surprised you haven't
jokes.
played The Sims because like there's like a thing you can do where you can like there's so many different ways to like kill your Sims, right?
Oh, yeah.
So
Yeah, the
you can
pool
like
thing
stick them
and
in the pool and like
good to
take the
have
ladder
options.
out, like you know.
Light the house on fire.
Yeah. Like I don't
Yeah.
know, most guys that I know that have played The Sims, like that's their main focus. It's like finding different ways to kill their Sims.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, that's
Which-
that adds up.
I'm not exactly sure what that says about the guys that I know, but
I mean, they
Misery loves
better dead
company.
digitally.
I guess.
Misery
Anyway,
loves company.
sorry, Ben, go ahead.
So this flight of people that definitely weren't Sims, flight 2501. This was in 1950.
Aren't we all Sims?
Considering, that's a whole other episode.
Yeah, that really is. That's going deep right there.
Sorry.
So yeah, 1950. Considering, like Aaron said, navigation and whatnot, what it was. There was a plane. Long story short, they requested to go down to 2,500 feet due to storm conditions, and they were denied. And that was essentially the last time that they were ever heard from.
They were denied?
Yes, yeah, because of another plane.
Oh.
So yeah, and
Okay.
because of it, yeah. So they were denied, and witnesses claimed to see a terrific flash, and 55 passengers basically they disappeared, but parts of them were found. But basically, the weird thing is nothing was found in its entirety.
Ugh.
So you figure,
You know,
you figure Lake Michigan ain't that deep. It's not the Atlantic.
no.
So they never found the fuselage.
Oh.
They found pieces
That's weird.
Here and there, pieces of the plane here and there, but it's like the Malaysian plane.
Yeah, just like in pieces, right?
Yeah, where they found little bits and pieces
here and there. That's another good one for an episode. DJ, write that down.
Yeah, get on it, man. What are you doing?
Quit smoking all those cigars.
So and then real quick, because I want to get into the big one, but real quick, there's the guy Steve Kubacki, who this is the missing 411 thing.
Okay.
So where there's this guy, and you should look into it.
I've heard about this.
Compiled all this information of people that go missing in national parks. Now, he was near a state park, I believe, but still, I find it interesting where it meets some of that guy's criteria, where it's a park, it's near a body of water, a number of other things and whatnot. This guy, Steve Kubacki, 23-year-old college student. As far as I know, mentally sound at the time, healthy. He was very active because he was out with skiing and everything in the wintertime. Disappeared. Just flat out disappeared. People found his backpack and skis near the shoreline, found his footprints, and they just ended and figured, well, he must have gone through the ice, but the problem was they didn't find a hole in the ice. So it was like he just vanished and literally in the thin air. No.
So wait, where was this at?
I'm sorry. So this was near Holland also.
Oh,
actually.
Okay.
So it was near.
So the Dutch.
It was near Saugatuck State Park or something like that somewhere.
I mean, we're not saying anything about the Dutch, but we're also not saying anything about the Dutch.
Well, that's very clearly a Polish last name, and my dad is Polish, and my mom's side is Dutch.
I'm not saying.
Are we talking about your birth family or your other family?
The one that raised me, the adopted family.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So there's been some interesting dinners.
I was gonna have some. I was gonna make a joke about decision making, but never mind. Well, they chose you though, so that is.
Yeah, they chose a redhead. Well, yeah, I wasn't red. I was bald at the time, so I didn't have hair.
Okay, that's a lot to unpack.
Yeah.
Carry on.
Anyway.
We'll talk about
the box I found you in.
We'll talk about Ben's trauma and an aftertaste one of these days.
Not trauma. I'm very happy about my life.
You are on the Required Taste podcast. It's trauma.
It's not trauma.
It's true.
I just have spares of everyone. Anyway.
Must be fucking nice. With your old extra families and shit.
Poor Ben with extra family members that love him so much.
Right.
That's expensive.
Well, they didn't start off that way. Sorry, Barb.
You saw the screenshot.
I did. That's why I had to make a joke about it. I've also met her before, so it makes it better.
Oh, she loves it. She thinks I'm funny, or she's just putting up a really good front.
Well, I mean, she has a lot to make up for.
Oh my God.
Jeez, all right, that was bad. All right, my bad. All right.
Just kidding.
All right, sorry, Barb. That was a low blow. That was a low blow.
So this guy, getting back to it, no hole in the ice. No tracks.
Wait, one more question.
What?
How long was he like hanging out there before people realized that he disappeared? Was it just like a day?
I don't know.
Oh, okay.
I don't know. It's he told people where he was going, but he wasn't with anybody.
Okay.
Yeah. So
because I'm saying I'm just thinking like if he had disappeared in a hole in the ice, if there was time for for the hole to close, like freeze over again and close.
Oh no, he wasn't gone that long.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
No.
Okay.
I think people started looking for him pretty
quickly.
Quick. Yeah.
I've heard this story before. This is a pretty popular story.
I wish I paid more attention, honestly, for that. But yeah, I don't think he was missing for super long because everything I read about it, and they're comparing him to 127 hours and how much better he did than arm cut off guy.
I mean, yeah.
Dumbass. I refuse to watch that movie on principle.
I've never had a desire to watch it personally.
Yeah. I refuse to watch the movie because of James Franco.
Well, that was before though.
What?
Yeah, like I've been before the allegations.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, like I've been.
I just don't like James Franco.
I agree. With that. No, I agree with that.
Sure.
I just never really liked.
Yeah, no,
James
I agree
Franco.
with that. But yeah, I refuse to watch that movie on the grounds of not making an idiot famous for his bad planning.
It was really poor planning.
Yeah,
Anyway.
it super was. Anyway,
Yeah, so-
another episode.
He air quotes here, woke up near his aunt's home 700 miles away in Pittsfield, Massachusetts, 15 months later.
So aliens, got it.
Yes,
So
yes.
it's a common
Obviously,
it's a common theme in the missing 411 stuff where if they're alive, they're found somewhere way far away from where they were with no recollection of how they got there. And a significant amount of time has passed.
so because I've never heard of this. This is news to me. We were talking about this before the podcast
this
started.
is a cool story.
All right, so DJ, write that down. What was the deal again?
Missing 411.
So we need to do a podcast
Yes.
about that. Is what you're telling me.
Yeah, there will be
Yes.
a lot
Oh,
for
yeah.
people to pick from.
There's
cool.
this one.
Yeah.
My favorite one is the one with the little boy who disappeared. He was like in a I forget what state park it was, but it was like a 5-year-old boy, right? Like a toddler.
Sure.
And he disappeared and they found him. And this is it was like rocky, woody terrain, like very difficult terrain, not a lot of paths. It was very not easily traversed, right?
So bad parenting.
He he was found like 3 days later and 500 miles away
Yeah.
or something.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
And it was he had no shoes on and he was there was no damage to his feet. There was no nothing wrong with him. He was fine. He was hungry and
I'm calling
tired
CPS.
and dehydrated. I'm assuming they already looked into the situation.
Yeah.
Does your extra family need another kid? Because this one needs some good. They need a better family.
Yeah, but that one truly stumps me because I've looked at it every way I possibly could, upside down, sideways, and there's just there's
Well, that's just a bad way to read. You're not going to understand anything.
It's just bizarre because there's no feasible way that this kid could have gotten to where he got with no damage to him and no injuries, and he was very small. I don't know. It's bizarre.
Yeah,
it's
just
a really
as
good
likely to
one
get
to
picked
look
up by
into.
an animal too.
Yeah, we'll do an episode about.
Yeah, we should.
Yeah.
Because that sounds interesting. It's something I've never heard about. So
No,
I should do
it's
some
very,
learnings.
very interesting.
Yeah.
A lot of documentaries too.
All right.
Very, very well documented cases.
Cases,
Yeah.
yeah.
Series of
'Cause
cases.
I've camped in national parks before, but I'm never by myself.
Yeah.
But I guess it doesn't really matter.
None of these people are by themselves.
Oh, that's unfortunate.
Well, I guess
Yeah.
I guess I shouldn't say none, but
Most.
that's the remarkable part is it's all I keep wanting to say always, almost always in groups,
Yeah.
and all it is
the kid was with his whole family.
and people.
so his whole family just have CPS called to them. Got it.
it's
I
literally
think if I'm
it's literally and there is an element of how much you want to believe,
Sure.
but it repeats enough where you do believe a good number of these people where they turn their head a second, and I don't mean being distracted. I mean cooking or whatever, or they're on the trail or whatever. Turn around, they're gone.
Yeah.
Gone.
And how that's what happened with the little boy.
Yeah.
And it was how far can a 5-year-old get in 30 seconds? Not even.
Yeah.
You know,
on a city street, completely different.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, sure.
In the woods,
In the middle of the woods where there's
they're gonna stand out. You'd think.
yeah. And there was no evidence of him getting even touched by an animal. It was just wild. Anyway.
Yeah.
But back to
Future.
What's his name?
Yeah, yeah.
So this guy, 15 months later, found in Pittsfield, Massachusetts, again 700 miles away, no recollection, and he's still alive, or at least was alive at the time of the stuff I was researching, and refuses to talk about it. To this day, refuses.
He got probed.
He got
dude.
fucking probed.
He got probed.
So all the information,
With the spinny head
They
attachment.
stuck it in there. They twirled around a
Yeah,
little
with the
bit.
spinny head attachment.
all the information comes
That's
from
extra for
his
that.
original interview from when he was found or woke
Sure.
up, and when that after that has not said a word
Yeah.
officially or otherwise.
Well,
It's like that dude that was in Independence Day. He got probed.
Oh yeah, one of the Quaids. Is that Randy? Randy Quaid.
I've never been good with that.
I think he's the crazy one, Randy Quaid.
Sure.
But that's pretty much it for that. My creature feature
There we go.
is Lake Michigan has a Mothman.
hell yeah.
I forgot you didn't mention this before. Sorry.
Yes.
Do
Hell
tell.
yeah.
Yeah. So if you're not aware, the Mothman typically hails from Point Pleasant, West Virginia.
Didn't we talk about this on one of our episodes?
Didn't John talk about it? I'm pretty sure
I feel like John talked about this.
Either he was going to or he did.
Yeah, but not the Lake Michigan one.
No.
He talked about the original one.
The OG Mothman,
That's what's interesting is the dates here. That's what's interesting is in, and I brought it up here because I didn't write it down. God bless it. There we go.
You got this.
It was 1966, I want to say, for West Virginia.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Yeah, November 15th, 1966 is when
they like started
noticing, at least in my cursory research here. The first sighting of the Lake Michigan one is 1957.
Oh, so
it might have come from here.
We are the OG Mothman.
We might have it might have migrated.
Yeah, exactly. To a warmer climate.
Yeah.
I mean, it makes sense.
Maybe he took up moonshining. Who knows?
Near Chicago and was like,
drink it.
I gotta
That's
get
what
out
happens.
So, if you don't know, the Mothman is typically from West Virginia and usually a harbinger of doom. If you see one, it means something catastrophic is going to happen. You don't have a clue what it is, but they're there.
Well, of course it's from the Midwest. It makes so much sense.
Exactly.
If anybody watches or listens to the My Favorite Murder podcast, absolutely look up the animation of their segment about Mothman. It is the funniest thing you'll ever see. It's hysterical.
Right on.
It's like the funniest little anime. It was like an animated segment of their podcast, and it's like it's so funny. Okay, sorry, continue.
No, you're fine because my thing with the Lake Michigan Mothman versus the West Virginia Mothman is that West Virginia makes total sense. Mothman, dark, this and the other. Michigan's got a lot of lighthouses.
Well, I mean, moths do like light.
Yeah, but how are you getting anything? But how are you getting anything done?
Well, but
I see what you mean.
You know what I mean?
Like, it's hard to be a harbinger of doom when you're banging against a fucking lighthouse all day.
Exactly. It doesn't make a lot of sense.
A lighthouse is a giant lamp.
Yeah. Yep. The lamp brother.
Yep.
So the
It's
first
just a Mothman, like boink, boink,
Yes.
boink. The lighthouse keeper looks out the window and he's like, "That damn Mothman again!
Get
Turn
the
the
broom.
light off.
I was going to say broom. That's where my head went.
Get the giant cup."
So the first one was early winter 1957 by a man named Gerald Therese, and reports seeing a quote winged creature with the body of a large man while out hunting as a young man in Braidwood, Illinois. And then it basically goes on from there, and I didn't find any disaster that he was near.
Going back to the lamp issue.
Right. Compared to
He's too busy.
to the West Virginia one, and I should say the West Virginia one has its followers because the first time it was cited in the 60s, it was followed by a catastrophic bridge collapse.
Yes.
In West Virginia, and that's what gave the legend its,
Harbinger of Doom.
Yeah. And
the whole doom part. Yeah.
Whereas this one, apparently humans just fuck up Chicago enough that there's really nothing he can do.
He's like, "You guys don't need me.
You guys don't. Have you seen your potholes?
I'll be banging into the lighthouse."
Right. If you need me, I'll be in the lighthouse.
I am my own bat signal. And a shitty one at that. So, because this list goes from 1957 all the way. I'm still scrolling.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I'm still scrolling.
I wish we had video because this is really dramatic right now.
There we go.
Yeah.
Just the amount of scrolling you were just doing over there.
Playing dramatic music.
I over scrolled. All the way.
You're welcome.
So, all the way to April 29th, 2024.
Oh, wow.
Okay.
So, like, literally the other day?
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's like that was some weeks ago?
Yeah, so from 1957 all the way to here.
Okay.
Matt Sexton reportedly has his third encounter with a winged humanoid in northern
third
Illinois.
Encounter, huh?
Yeah. Northern Illinois, during which he fires at it several times from his truck.
So we did a drive-by shooting on Mothman? Mm-hmm. I can't have shit in Chicago, man.
That's why the Mothman doesn't feel safe. And that's the thing is,
That's
it's not
why he went to Virginia.
It's not just Chicago. There's a lot of Indiana, a lot of Michigan in here, but it goes all the way to Naperville.
Oh.
There are sightings.
So what's the burbs? Got it.
Aurora and Naperville. So he's aging.
Well,
He's going to
obviously,
the
you
burbs.
gotta move out the city,
Yeah.
Get some land.
He's like, it's getting too dangerous in these streets.
Right.
But yeah, I couldn't find anything. A trio of witnesses report a security response to the appearance of a red-eyed winged humanoid at Chicago's O'Hare International Airport.
So almost got hit by a plane.
July 22nd, 2021. They got lights.
That wasn't Moth Man. That was just a really high homeless guy.
And a tarp.
Yeah, a woman. I am the night.
I can see it. I can see
Like
it.
flashing people.
Oh man, I can believe every bit of that.
Let's see here. A man reportedly sees a large humanoid owl while working as a shuttle bus driver at O'Hare International Airport.
Same crackhead.
Another O'Hare one. I didn't realize there was going to be so many of
The
those.
crackhead is just living there at this point.
Yeah,
a man
he is.
claiming to be a former security guard in downtown Chicago says he saw a tall winged humanoid vanish inside the building he was guarding. I actually listened to a breakdown of that one. Coincidentally.
Was it a crackhead?
No, that guy actually said, what was it? That particular person said that whatever was going on, it was drawing energy out of the lights.
So it was a crackhead still in power.
Yeah. So
Like how Dumbledore does it with the. You don't know what I'm talking about.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Damn it.
Yeah, sorry, we don't watch Harry Potter, dude.
He's got this little device that like sucks the light out of like lights and stuff.
Sure.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
a formerly consistently powered building,
Okay.
is all of a sudden flickering, or at least that floor. That's what this guy was saying. It was like,
Gotcha.
him being there was, drawing, power out of the lights.
Which I think
this
is a
security guard.
I think that's a similarity to the Virginia one too. Doesn't that happen with the Virginia Mothman as well?
I don't know, to be honest.
I got nothing.
News to me.
I think it does.
Yeah, I mean, I'll take your word for it.
Sure. I don't see why not.
Again, another O'Hare one. Yeah, they're all over the place. With O'Hare, Hoffman Estates, a woman reports a flying gargoyle while driving near Hoffman Estates, Illinois, and it goes on. Gargoyle actually gets in quotes. Gargoyle gets mentioned a lot.
It's weird.
But so anyway, I mean, I don't want to go through that whole list, but because it's spanning 70 years or whatever it was. But this is actually on Singular 14. It's Singular FORTEAN.com. I don't know what that 14 is supposed to mean, but
okay.
and yeah, they have a Lake Michigan Mothman timeline,
Oh,
and that's where I'm reading this from.
Okay.
I see.
I want to know
Yeah.
how many of those sightings are just crackheads.
I'm gonna guess about 85%. Have you seen the crackheads out in
I
downtown?
certainly have, and you could absolutely mistake them for Mothman.
I have had encounters
Yeah.
of a close kind.
And
Of a close kind.
encounters that stay with you for the rest of your life.
There are so many things that have scarred me for life.
Yeah.
Just straight damaged, really. But I mean, there's something in there that's just
You don't want to mess with those Chicago crackheads.
no. They'll bite you.
I don't want to mess with Chicago,
Oh,
and not in a scared way, and I don't have time for their bullshit way.
yeah, that's a whole nother.
But,
that's a whole nother conversation. I still enjoy the city, but
You just gotta, you gotta sidestep the crackheads now and again.
I mean, every time I go to the downtown, I made the joke the other day. Like every time I'm in Chicago, I spend at least $200 every time.
Yeah, it's really easy to do.
Guaranteed.
That. Just like getting gas there, you spend $200.
Well, let's get a let's do a fundraiser for the podcast and do like a Mothman hunt
Yeah. Wait,
You guys have fun with that.
where does the money go?
to the podcast
Oh, okay.
What do we?
for chairs.
For chairs.
For chairs, we'll
for,
start with
for
chairs.
a video setup.
There you go.
Yeah.
Chairs on the table.
Well, allegedly, DJ has the video. He has like 3 GoPros now.
Yeah, he's doing cartel music videos right now, though.
I
That
don't-
doesn't do
That
anything
makes
fucking
sense.
good.
Okay. I don't have any faith in his capabilities at this point to get us a video set up.
I mean, again, he keeps getting sidetracked on his misadventures.
Yeah. Love you, DJ, but it's really hard to videotape from Tijuana.
Tijuana,
Tijuana.
You're showing your age.
aka TJ.
Videotape.
I know. That was like one of the things I saw on like a TikTok. It was all these different things that like people, like younger generations aren't going to know what they mean. Like roll down the window.
Yeah.
Like they were doing these things like they would take a millennial and a Gen Z and they would be like, show me how you roll down the window. And the millennial would go like this and the Gen Z would like just press a button. Or like, tell me how you hang up the phone. And like a millennial would go like this, and then a Gen Z would go like that. It was so weird.
I do miss flip phones.
They came back.
Yeah. Well, I mean, just for the angry close.
Oh, that's
like,
that smack that it makes.
Uh-huh.
It had an emphasis. It did have an emphasis on the end of it.
It did. You do it with this.
It's really hard to slam the phone down with when you have like an iPhone or
and
something.
not spend
break it in half.
$1,000.
Yeah.
Right. Fucking shit. Anywho.
But yeah, that was my my creature.
That was good.
Nice.
That was the Moth Man.
That's good stuff, man.
That was something I was not prepared for.
That was good stuff. I didn't know about that at all.
Like, dude, I went on Spotify and just typed in when we found out we were doing this.
There's like a lot of information about it.
Yeah, I just went to Spotify and like, okay, Lake Michigan, and I'm gonna listen to this while I work or pick whatever. Thought it was gonna be shipwreck. It was the first fucking thing. It was the first thing on Spotify. How is nobody talking about this?
I feel like we're missing an opportunity here.
Like
I
how
know.
how is
never
nobody
heard of
talking
this.
about this? Yeah, let's go to Gary. Let's do that. So we won't go to Chicago.
Can we
go,
not?
We'll go. No, we'll go to Gary.
Do we have to?
We can get some skeet guns and we can bring this fucker down.
He's not bothering anybody. He's just
Tell
banging.
that to the poor lighthouse guy he's giving a heart attacks to. Slaving away in a lighthouse for 30 years trying to go home to his wife Martha at retirement, and he's going to die from a widowmaker because of...
Indeed. So I don't know why I said that about Gary. I still love my hometown, but like, there's nothing there.
No, there's nothing there, but I'll have more
Yes.
love for Gary for the rest of my life than old Chicago.
Well, I mean, that's where I'm from, so I have to love where I'm.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I don't have to, but I do love where I'm from. That whole thing with the casino, that's going to be interesting to see what happens.
Oh, it is.
Yeah.
It absolutely
Those
is.
millions are going to invest in the city. They already threw money into what was it, Cow Township? They gave some money. No.
Well, Black
school system. They gave $500,000.
Really?
Oh, no shit.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, that casino's doing some stuff.
No,
They always have like big like stars coming there too.
it's
which
always
is
packed.
bizarre.
Oh, yeah.
Always packed.
Yeah, I finally saw a show there. I still haven't gambled. I don't gamble. I've never gambled there, but I've done,
I've been there for work
Yeah.
events a couple times already.
Yeah.
So it's pretty nice.
It is nice.
I won't be there until somebody's bachelor party comes around.
Not it, my friend.
Yeah, that's pretty much. That's the only other time I've been in casinos.
Yeah.
Actually, yeah, that's true.
Yeah,
The only time I was
bachelor
in a casino
parties,
before that one was
Yeah.
for a bachelor.
Dude, Melina goes like every week.
Why?
Because she gets these things in the mail that's
Oh.
like a $5 voucher, and so she goes and she like
Spends $5 free.
yeah, but sometimes more.
Melina, do better.
So she's there like all the time, man.
Anyways, so for the listeners that have
do you
made it
have a
this far,
gambling
Melina
problem?
should be on here.
Yeah,
Just one.
I've been
dude,
trying to get her.
I'm not going to be on that episode. It's going to be so unhinged. I can't control that kind of chaos.
I've been trying to get her on. I keep saying we need to do a girls episode.
I'm still down for that. I'll just go outside.
Yeah.
Y'all just do what you got to do.
Yep.
I'll just fuck off somewhere.
Down for it.
Hell yeah. Anyways, for those that have stuck around this far for the in our episode, we appreciate you listening to us. Give us a like and follow on your favorite social media pages. Our beer is out. You want to drink it? Go to Foreign Local.
Yes.
We're gonna have it at Charcuterie in Griffith, and Set 'em Up Lanes in Griffith is gonna have it soon as well. So go there if you want to drink our beer. If you want to get it from the source, go to Foreign Local. It's pretty good, pretty tasty.
I like
Anyways, other than that. Like I said before, give us a like and follow on your favorite social medias. Please stay tuned for our next episode. We do appreciate you all that have liked us and followed us in the past month, I guess. I don't know what happened, but we have had a glow up.
We sure have.
And we appreciate all of you for doing so or helping us with that. So, again, much love, peace, and chicken grease. Y'all have a good night. And y'all be cool.
Bye.